On our previous show, we talked about the 12 steps of an outbound call. I purposely left off the 12th step, asking for referrals. Now let's quickly recap steps 1 through 11. Step 1, be prepared. Use your CRM. Prepare yourself. Get the customer's information. Know the proper words and phrases to use. Do you know your objective and your reason for the call? Take notes and use the notes and plug them into your CRM. Number 2, verify. Is this Mr. Jones? Am I pronouncing that properly? Or like I usually do? Is this Bill? Step 3, get the green light. Take control. Ask questions. Did I get you at a bad time? Am I interrupting anything important? Am I taking you away from a customer? Step 4, introduce yourself. This is Tom Stuker from ABC Motors, going right into step 5, your reason for calling. Geared towards the customer's benefit. Thank them for shopping, stopping in, calling, or for their internet inquiry. Apologize for missed appointment, lost sale, long time no call. Mr. Johnson, hey, this is Tom Stuker from ABC Motors, and the reason I'm calling is. Bill, this is Tom Stuker from ABC Motors, and the reason I'm calling is. Inform them of something that will be a benefit to them. Step 6, determine the best prospect in the household. How many drivers, how many vehicles, who's most likely going to be in the market next? Or, not now, down the road. Step 7, justify. Why'd you say your brother? Did he mention something? Step 8, qualify. New or used, car or truck, automatic or manual, bigger, smaller, or about the same size. Step number 9, sell the advantages of buying now. And biggest sale, inventories, incentives, interest rate, additional trade allowance. It goes on and on. There's a million reasons to motivate a customer to do something sooner. Step 10, set a solid appointment. When are you more available, during the daytime or evening? How does 7 o'clock tonight sound? 7:30? Okay, let me check my calendar. I should be done by then. Step 11, connect yourself to the prospect. With your permission, I'd like to text you the confirmation of the appointment and all my contact details. Text and email photos, videos, and information. Step number 12, ask for referrals, which is what we'll focus on here in just a minute. It's my hope that after studying the 12 steps to a quality conversation, you now feel greater confidence about using the phone. And it's also my hope that you've now gained a greater insight and awareness and sense of purpose for how much more effective and successful you will be by having and using and eventually mastering the 12 steps to a quality conversation. These are the same timeless strategies and techniques used by thousands of salespeople who, like yourself, were looking to improve their personal success and earn an above average income that comes with it. I've passionately taught this methodology for years now. Because I've seen it in action, I'll personally and confidently vouch 100% for its effectiveness. So study these points and keep your notes in front of you while you're on the phone. Don't worry if you make a mistake on the first couple phone calls. Nobody on the other end is going to have a study guide when you call them, and they're not going to have the manual going, what page are you on? Come on, it's okay. Eventually these 12 steps will become more instinctive and natural. And when they do, I guarantee you that you'll get more leads, more referrals, and more sales. So let's talk about step number 12 in depth, asking for referrals. Why would you not ask for as many referrals as you possibly could get? Referrals are easier to sell. They take less time. They give you better gross. They're more fun. They give you a better CSI, and there's an unlimited opportunity of them. There's no wrong way to ask for referrals, but there's more effective ways than others. Your success with referrals are all based on one thing: the exact words and phrases you use. Everybody that's watching right now, if you do not have a pen and paper for this exercise, pause this show and get one. Okay, here's what you need to do. Write down exactly what you'd say if you're going to ask me for a referral. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-day follow-up call after the sale, or even if I'm your customer. It could be a friend or relative. Someone even sold you a pair of shoes yesterday. It doesn't matter who it is or the circumstance. You have to learn how to effectively ask for referrals. Write down what you would say if I was one of those people and you're going to ask me for a referral. Okay, everybody done? Now, I'm not going to start analyzing word for word of what you put down, but here, do this. Write these 10 words down. Right now. Write this. Do you know anybody looking to buy a new car today? I'll repeat it again. Do you know anybody looking to buy a new car today? Now, look at these 10 words. Some of them might be pretty close to what you wrote, right? How many of these 10 words are negative? Actually, negative to a point, they would actually prevent you from getting an easy referral that might easily be there for you. Remember, people respond to the exact words and phrases put in front of them. That's why you're so careful when you close a deal. Okay, so what's your number? Out of the 10, how many negative words do you see? Now, some people say 0, and that just blows my mind. How many negatives do you see wrong? Some say 2, maybe 4. Well, there's 7. There are 7 words that prevent you from getting referrals with this phrase. So let's talk about the 7. 2 negatives right off the bat would be new, because you sell both new and used. Car, which is negative because we sell trucks, SUVs, crossovers, etc. You got to say new and used vehicle, right? Buy is negative because you're asking for money. Enough said. Anybody is negative. That's number 4. It's too many people to think of. It overwhelms your brain. So if you say anybody, anyone, somebody, someone, those are all negatives. Too many people to think of. They don't have that brain working, right? And the worst word to say is if. If you have if on your statement, you didn't even ask me for a referral. You didn't even ask me. You just reminded me you sold cars for a living, and I know that. Yeah, if you ever know anybody, send them down to me. Just ask for Mr. Blue. I'm the one holding my breath waiting for him. Yeah, okay. You have to segment the decision process for them. There are 3 negatives left, as if the 4 didn't hurt you. Number 5 and 6 are both terribly negative for the same reason. The word looking and today. See, both of those are now words. They're present tense. You're asking somebody to visualize somebody on the lot today looking at vehicles. Those are now words. So easy to get a negative response from customers. Nobody right now, can't think of anybody right now. It limits your response because it's so easy for the customer to be negative. These are pressure words too. It's like pushing a customer against the wall because you're pressuring them with the limitation of time. You shouldn't use anything that says near future, soon, in the market. Those are all negatives because they limit your referrals. There's so many referrals that you would get if you didn't limit the time. Any words that limit response cost you a lot of money. Now, number 7, that's the worst negative of all. The word do. Do you, can you, could you, would you, is there, are there? All negatives. They're all yes and no questions, and the easiest way for them to respond is no. Are there any tall people in your household? Yes or no. Who's the tallest in the household? That'll give you a name. Is there anybody in your family celebrating a birthday in the near future? No, not in the near future. That's a yes, no. Who in the family is celebrating a birthday next? See, that gets you a name. I don't want to hear, well, I've got my way of doing it. It's not about your way and my way. It's about this way and that way. Check your ego at the door. As you probably noticed by now, in the 12 steps of an outbound call, there's 2 completely distinctive ways to develop prospect. One is when you prospect the household, and the other, in an incidental fashion at the end of a call, comes effectively from asking a referral. And here's your word track. As you're winding down the call and you say things like, if there's anything else I could do for you, Bill, just let me know. Oh, by the way, before I let you go, could I ask you for a small favor? See, this is a verbal solicitation of their help. If you've made the call properly and made it all about them and gave them plenty of love and attention, you're going to have a fairly high percentage of people willing to help you. Your next phrase is literally setting the table for the question itself. You know, Bill, I get most of my business from people just like yourself. That sends a signal that's very commonplace. Everybody gives me referrals, you're saying. So I guess it's your turn. No, you're not saying that. That's kind of between you and me. By the way, all of this is word for word my guaranteed sales success training manual. Get the manual and practice it till you get it right. Here's the referral question. Who do you know? Maybe a friend, a relative, neighbor, someone you've talked to, maybe someone that saw your new car, that one of these days might possibly be thinking about some type of new or used vehicle for themselves. Pause just for a second or two and jump in with, so Bill, who's the first person that comes to your mind? A good percentage of the people you ask, it is a lengthy question, are going to interrupt you smack dab in the middle. Right during the list, right when you're going friends, relatives, neighbors, that's when you're going to be interrupted with people that'll be saying things like, you know, I don't know anybody. I got your card. Or you know I'll send you people, right? See, this is a signal that maybe next time they'll give us 3 or 4 leads, but not today. They want the conversation to end. So defuse the conversation completely. Remember, the key to mastering prospecting is that people really don't feel prospected. Diffuse it by saying, no, don't worry about it, Bill. The important thing is keeping you happy with your new truck. See, how you end that conversation is so crucial to the ongoing relationship you have with this customer. If they do come up with a referral, and how do you spell their last name? Qualify the lead. What made you say Jim? Has he talked about maybe doing something? How do you spell his last name? What's the easiest number to reach him at? Might even get some backdoor information by saying, boy, that sounds familiar. Where does he work? There's not a workplace with an unlisted number, so you got 2 numbers without even knowing it. Just qualify the lead and leave it at that. Don't get into vehicle details. You've got the name, phone number, and all the details. Okay, so you got all the details of a good referral, so where do you go from here? Hopefully, you're thinking just like I am, who do you know besides Jim? See, not do you know anybody else? Not thanks a bunch and end the conversation. No, you continue to ask for more referrals until there are none. In my 1-week school that I have, which is like cloning somebody in 1 week, I saw 2 of my students, not the same week, but 2 different times, get 19 referrals on 1 call. My personal best is 12 referrals. And ironically, it was done at a Chevy dealership it was Thoroughbred Chevrolet in Chandler, Arizona, I think it was, long time ago. And guess who gave me the 12 leads? It was a receptionist at the dealership. Come on, make it fun with the customer. One last technique. If a person tries to come up with a name, but can't, there's a 40% chance that they still have a referral. For example, if they listen, and only if they've listened to the whole question, including who's the first person that comes to your mind, and you can actually hear the wheels turn, you know they're giving you an honest shot at trying to help you. If they say, oh boy, I can't think of anybody, that's when you come back with, that's kind of a tough question, Bill. Here, let me ask you an easy one. Of all the people that you do know, who's most likely to be in the market next? Now, some of the responses will blow you away. The first time I did it, the woman said, probably my sister. I said, why did you say that? She totaled out her car yesterday. It's a great technique. But if you do it to the person that interrupts your question, which is a signal to end the conversation, then doing that second comeback, that's a form of harassment. Don't do that. The timing on this technique is everything. So there you have it, how to effectively ask for a referral. Use these words and phrases and try to ask at least 10 people a day for a referral, just the way I taught you, and you'll be selling 8 to 10 referrals a month immediately. We've got some great shows coming up over the next couple weeks. We're going to stay on the referral subject and talk about referral reluctance and how to effectively call and follow up the referral, which is a delicate conversation as well. I'm going to give you several outbound scripts that will turn your CRM into an ATM. I love this business. We'll see you next week.